In this video, we will talk about how to solve 30, 60, 90 special right triangles. So this is a type of triangle where one of the angles is 30 degrees, one of the angles is 60 degrees, and the third remaining angle is 90 degrees. Now, when we have this type of triangle, the side that touches the 60 degrees, we can say that has a length of x. And whatever this x is, the hypotenuse, so the longest side of the triangle, must have a length of 2x, so double that length. And then we say that the other side of the triangle that touches the 30-degree angle must have a length of x times the square root of 3. So this is the relationship between the sides. So knowing this, let's work through a few examples of how to solve 30, 60, 90 right triangles when we're given the length of one side and we want to find the length of the other two sides. All right, let's say we're given this triangle right here and we're told that this side length is 5. How can we find the other side lengths? We'll call them x and y. Well, we said that the side of the triangle that touches the 60-degree angle, the relationship that it has with the hypotenuse, the longest side, is that we just have to double it. So if this side is x, we just have to multiply it by 2 to get the hypotenuse. So what is 5 times 2? That would just be 10. So we would say y is equal to 10. So that's this side. Now how can we figure out this side right here? Well, we said that if the side that touches the 60-degree angle is x, then the other side of the triangle that touches the 30-degree angle must be x times the square root of 3. So in this case, x, we can just say is 5. So to get this side right here, we just have to say 5 times the square root of 3. So that would be 5 times the square root of 3. And we can leave it like that. So that is how to solve for these two missing sides of this triangle. All right, let's try another one. Let's say we're given this triangle and we're told that the hypotenuse is 12 and we want to find the other two smaller sides, x and y. How can we do that? Well, notice that the relationship between the hypotenuse and the side that touches the 60-degree angle, we just have to divide it by 2 to get this side length. So if we take 2x and we divide it by 2, we can get this side length right here. So what would 12 divided by 2 equal? 12 divided by 2 is 6. So this side would just be 6. And now when we know this side, we said all we have to do to get the other side that touches the 30-degree angle is just multiply it by the square root of 3. So we could just say 6 times the square root of 3. So y is going to be equal to 6 times the square root of 3. So that's how we can solve that one. All right, let's check out this triangle. We're told that this side right here has a length of 4 root 3, and we want to find x and y. How can we do that? Well, we know that the side that touches the 30-degree angle, in order to get the other side of the triangle that touches the 60-degree angle, it looks like we just need to divide by the square root of 3. Because when we do that, these root 3's cancel out and we're left with x, which is equal to this side. So in this case, if we divide by the square root of 3, these root 3's will cancel out and we're just left with 4. So this side, x, must be equal to 4. And then it gets pretty easy from here. When we know x, to find the hypotenuse, the long side, we just do 2 times x. So in this case, we just do 2 times 4, which is 8. So the hypotenuse is 8. So that's how we can solve this triangle. All right, let's try one more example. Let's say we have this triangle and we're told that this side length is 5. How can we find the other missing side lengths of x and y? Well, remember the relationship with this side of the triangle that touches the 30-degree angle? To get this other smaller side, we just need to divide by the square root of 3. So if we do 5 divided by the square root of 3, technically this is our final answer, but we usually like to rationalize the denominator, which means we want to get rid of the radical sign in the denominator. So the way that we do that is we multiply both the numerator and the denominator by whatever this radical is. So we'll say we'll multiply the numerator by the square root of 3 and the denominator by the square root of 3. So when we do that, in the denominator we get square root of 3 times the square root of 3, that's just 3. And in the numerator we get 5 times the square root of 3. So this is what x is equal to, 5 root 3 over 3. It's kind of ugly, but we can just leave it like that. And then to find y, we said all we have to do when we know this side that touches the 60-degree angle, we just have to multiply it by 2 to get the hypotenuse. So if we multiply this by 2, really we're just multiplying this numerator by 2. So what is 2 times 5? That's 10. So the hypotenuse will just be 10 root 3 over 3. So that is how we can solve the missing sides of this triangle.